Sumit. How are you? Oh, sorry, I am Roger. How are you? The league is trying to do is incredible. The amount of players they have brought in last 5 years, I'm working hard towards it. My family is working hard with me. My coaches, my team, struggling to figure things out for the next month. And you can say, yeah, like I said, I was ranked maybe 160 at this time. No matter how many slams, how many matches he's won, fifth set to play a qualifier who he's never heard of, it's a pressure.
This is Sumit Nagal. I'm 26-year-old. I'm playing for Gujarat Panther in TPL Season 5.
How did tennis happen for Sumit?
I would blame my father.
You blame?
I would blame my father. I'm a kid who wanted to play cricket. He came in,
every kid in
yeah,
India.
Exactly. Every kid in India. But he came in saying, "Listen, would like you to play an individual sport." Had a friend who was in tennis. Quick story. That's how I got into tennis. But it was total random.
Yeah.
Random idea, random day. Nothing planned. Walk into the DDS Sports Complex in Pashim Vihar in Delhi, and then I see some courts which I had no clue what tennis was. Never heard, never seen.
How old were you when?
Around seven something. Yeah.
You had no clue
No
what
clue,
tennis
no
was.
clue.
You're 7 years old.
Right. It took me a year to find out how the scoring works.
Yeah,
6 months, 8 months, something like this. Yeah.
And then you took to it like fish
Yeah,
to water.
then it just went with the flow, another day, practice.
And then you started liking it.
Yeah, more or less.
So, what was the motivation to talk about that, man? So, very few people do that.
Yeah, it's to make it more aware, so people know the life. Even though maybe I'm playing at the highest level, things are not that simple.
And you're like
Things
India number one and all of that.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
come from one of the biggest country in the world, and struggling to figure things out for the next month. And you can say, yeah, like I said, I was ranked maybe 160 at this time. 160 in the world in tennis, being number one, like you just said. People think, oh, it's a
Sumit's living the good life.
Exactly.
He's a star.
But yeah, sure, but in the one way you can say, yeah, I'm playing the tournaments I want. I have a roof over me. I have food over me. Food can eat 3 meals a day. But at the same time, I'm working hard towards it. My family is working hard with me. My coaches, my team, my sponsors, whatever they can do to help me to get to this level. And I'm very let's say, I really appreciate this. But the year is long, those 15 years of tennis, those 20 years of tennis, of course you're going to have good days, bad days, good years, bad years. Like last year, for example, was a big struggle because if you don't play in tennis, you don't earn much. It's very simple, which happened. I didn't play for 9 months and it happened. So, but this year things been going well. I'm staying fit. I'm playing a lot of tennis tournaments and performing at the same time.
You found your groove again.
Right. Going through a surgery, then getting multiple injuries, getting COVID twice a year. Was a long year.
Tough times, man. We've all come through some really, really tough times.
Right, and it felt like, when is this year gonna end? When is this year gonna end? And we were just looking forward to start the next year, fresh start. Yeah.
What were some of the responses to the article when it came out? And because everyone spoke about it for a while, and what were from the fraternity, your friends and family? What did they?
The thing is, majority of the tennis people know.
The struggles.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they know.
They know what it's
not like
hidden. It's not like, oh,
it only
wow.
happens to me. Huh?
Yeah, they know how it is. So they pretty much understand what majority of the tennis players go through in our country. I think a lot of people had good ideas. They came forward. They wanted to help, but some conversation, they don't really come towards the way you want to be. So good things came out, and then I went back to the tour to play tennis, to focus, and then it was just Of course. Sure.
And so, what motivates you every day to play tennis, man? It's such a physically demanding sport. It's an emotionally demanding sport.
Right. It's a very, very tough sport.
I mean, and you're out there alone when.
Right.
Your father said you should play an individual sport.
Right.
You can't, individual, you're out there alone.
Of course.
And just you against the world at that point of time.
think I really want to change the way people see singles players in India. You know, I really want to break a certain rank where people get more aware that we are able to produce tennis players who are not only a servant volleyer or back in time that they played. Somdev was one of them. Yuki, Prajnesh. Want to create an environment in future where we are able to have at least, let's say, 5 to 7 players playing in the main draw or qualies of a slam. That's one of
That
my
would be
goals.
great,
Yeah.
right? That would be...
And then also want to play the biggest event where my family can come and watch me play, because they have sacrificed a lot when I was young, a lot. And would be nice, because I know how emotional it is for them to come watch me play, and that really motivates me.
And then you had that, I'm sure everyone talks to you about that match, that big match against the great Roger Federer himself. And you were a setup. Tell me about that, man. How was that match? Of course, you recounted that story so many times.
Exactly. So
let's just do it right now, once again.
Right. Playing last round of qualies, set and breakdown. Second serve, guy nails the return. And I'm just hoping it goes out. I smelled it. That is one of the very few experience in my earlier in tennis stage where I felt like, okay, the match is gonna change now, and that is what happened. I broke him in the next game, won the set right away, 4-love up in the third set, and ended up winning the last round of qualies.
And you were there,
right?
round one.
Yeah, and then I'm getting a massage, and I see the draw, and I see there are spots. That Roger is supposed to play a qualifier, and in a funny way, I texted my fitness trainer who was with me that week, Milos. I said, would be nice to play Roger. That's what I said.
All right, and your wish came true.
And 20 minutes later, he messaged me saying, that's it.
That's it.
And I knew, and then I checked it. I knew I was gonna play. So yeah, that happened. The day I was supposed to play him, evening match on Monday. I come to the tennis court, a little nervous. I'm like, hey, what is this guy gonna ask me? The pre-interview, asked me totally random question, saying it was actually Brad Gilbert. He goes, I've noticed you haven't played on hard court in a while. How do you see this match? I'm like, thanks for making me realize. So I don't even know what I said, And I went on the court. Quick first set, a little bit, let's say, errors from both of us. I started very nervous. Then he gave me a few points here and there. Then I got in the rhythm. Second set, third set. Second set, I would say, beginning of the second set, where I felt like I had a opportunity to hold the game, to break him right away. That didn't happen. Momentum changed again. In the fourth set, I've always said, that last game is where it kind of hurt me a lot, because that's where I felt I was actually started to feel what is happening on the court. And I didn't.
You were almost figuring it out.
Exactly.
And
then I felt like I just didn't see it.
If you stretched it to a fifth set, would have been a different match.
For
right?
sure,
Could have been a different match.
Different match. I would be the underdog, not being nervous. He would feel. I'm sure. Even doesn't matter how many slams, how many matches he's won. Fifth set to play a qualifier who he's never heard of. It's a pressure. It's a pressure, right?
Did you meet him just before the match and like?
Right. I've mentioned before also, was getting my toes taped, and that was the first time I met him, and he comes forward, hey, I'm Sumit. How are you? Oh, sorry, I'm Roger. How are you?
No, that's okay. Sumit's going to go one day to one qualifier. We'll be taping his toes, and he's going to know who Sumit is. But Sumit's going to go and say, "Hey, I'm Sumit," like that. So how was that, man? We just came.
I was like, I just looked.
You didn't know who he was.
Yeah, sure.
No clue, right? Yeah, like who's this guy?
I looked at him. I'm like, I just smiled. I said, "Hey, I'm Sumit. Nice to meet you. See you out there." That was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how is it when you play someone of that stature in a sport like this, where he's arguably one of the greatest people to ever play this sport?
Right.
How do you stay calm, play someone like him?
I don't think it's easy to stay calm, or not even easy. I don't think you stay calm at all, because if you look at from where I came from qualifying for the first slam, playing on the biggest tennis court against one of the legends, I will not stay calm, no matter what I do. It just, you have to fight that thoughts. You know, you have to fight that nerves in a way where you try to put your focus somewhere else. Not on those thoughts, but run away from thoughts. Try to look at something else.
And whatever.
Anything. Yeah,
works
exactly.
that
If
way.
you want to look at your racket, you look at your racket. You want to look at your coach, you look at your coach. You want to look at a random picture on the board, you look at it. But you try to stay away from
those.
just looking at him and just trying to think, oh wow, oh yes, this, that, this. So that's what I was looking at it. I was looking at what I did was I was just looking at the stadium, you know.
And what a beautiful stadium
Yeah, I
that
was
is.
just looking at the stadium, and I was, like I said, I was happy, you know, to, like I said, to play. I could not have asked for a better first round of my slam main draw, and this is the moment that I'll never forget, you know.
Absolutely,
Right.
man. What a feeling it must have been.
Exactly.
You were so
nothing
center
to
court.
complain. Yeah, nothing to complain.
Yeah. And you went and expressed yourself as well as you could. And you fought, man. It was,
Exactly.
it was a
Right.
good match. You made all of us proud, as always. And you're going to do that again and again in the years to come. And it's
That's the
going to
plan.
be absolutely fabulous, man. So, we're at it's your first time playing the Tennis Premier League?
Right,
It's
right.
the first time. What do you
Right.
feel about this league, and what do you feel about this format? And
Always amazing, you know. What the league is trying to do is incredible. The amount of players they have brought in last 5 years, you know.
they have Sumit Nagal now, so that kind of works out. They've gotten bigger and better. How?
As you can see, the court we have this year, very beautiful, you know. The surrounding, it's
The
fun.
atmosphere is
It's
electric,
fun,
right?
yeah,
There's like
it's
something
fun.
going
it's
on.
It's fun to be out here. It's, like I said, always spoke highly about it. I know because it's not easy. The tennis scene right now in India.
Push tennis
exactly,
in
it's
the
not
way they're
easy.
doing it
And
for 5
the way-
years now. This is the
right,
5th year.
Right.
Yeah.
And for them to do it for 5 years, you know, hoping for it to do many years, it's incredible.
It's incredible, right?
It's incredible.
And I guarantee you, the Tennis Premier League and all of us associated with the league are
We're only going to get bigger and bigger.
extremely happy that you are a part of this league right
It's an
now.
honor,
And it's so good to see you on court. Just like, you're electricity, man. You're just like doing your stuff, and it's great. So Sumit, this format, it's a 20-point format, and you got like 4 games. Each team has
Right.
to play 5 matches. What do you
Right.
think about the format? And what's
Fun.
the-
I would say fun, quick. This is where anything is possible. Anything can happen.
Anyone can come back
Anyone
and-
can come back. Anything you'll see, because it's 7-8 minutes what you're looking at it. You know, 8 minutes if you
know,
zoom
go
out.
another burst, like a marathon. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like a
a sprint. It's
a
not
dash,
even a
it's a
sprint.
dash,
It's like a 20 meter.
Yeah,
You know, it's a good start. Thank you very much. So it's fun. I know if people who are watching, you know, it makes it easier for them also to understand, you know, just point instead of 15, 30 or
30
40, 30.
advantage,
People are
tiebreaker,
why,
5, yeah.
why is not 45 now? Why is it 30? So I do understand, and I think it's makes sense, and it's much fun for tennis player also and for spectators.
Where the quick feet, the fast hands, and the quick thinking of Sumit Nagal comes into play.
Take a look at this footwork. For anyone wanting to learn in India on how you cover the court, take a look at the footwork of Sumit Nagal. What a champion he is. He's not going to go down without a fight.